Alright guys, Merry Christmas everyone. I hope you're enjoying the day or what's left of it. And today we'll be taking out the New Year Snap Logic, New Year Christmas Snap Logic. Since today's Christmas, So yeah. And well, while the New Year event has started, the actual New Year, in real life and the real campaign hasn't really started in game either. More or less just the event. So that's why we have ETA. But we should get more stuff, and feels like it actually starts next week as well. So we can get into this New Year. That's how the start not really work. That's because of how they seem to be doing things a little differently this time around. Maybe it's a New Year change, and the first event character may not always be worth selling for anymore. But yeah, they can swap an enemy, inflict corruption, inflict weakness, raises HP, raise damage received, HP of a life. So it's a nice debuffing thing. If you don't remember, corruption does that. But it just lowers almost all of the enemy stats by 5%. And then weakness. This particular just makes you do an additional hit of damage. So this skill here, that recovers HP, raises damage if it's SP or allies, and then recovers your own SP damage. Which is alright, I guess. Some small buffs that way I'm taking. Of course, become slightly stronger. The SP recovery will help to trigger this as well. And for ink badge skill, this is pretty much like the opposite of this, but with some debuffing. So you lower attack and then raise damage received with the enemy. As you can see, 10% that debuff. Not gonna lie, it does suck all these numbers are also pretty small. Non-awakened like a 10-15%, and then awakening goes up by 10 to make a slightly decent buff. But like it's still like its creator is still getting you. It's only gives these small buffs. Like what year 4 of the game? Well, year 3/4. I don't think we're at year 4 yet. But yeah, and then a passive which does look these. The attack buff on it does look decent at least. The speed buff is fixed at 25%. The multiply attack buff, so now awakened you get 50% attack buff for 5 green element allies, and then when awakening you get 15% attack buff for all green allies if you have 5 green ally buffs. So pretty much just have to pull the entire team with green characters to get the most out of this Eta's passive there. Then we have our gear, which honestly doesn't do much really. Each and that's inflicted on self. We have cooldown 5%. You can set one staff element, then goes to crit rate, and that varies damage to the enemy. The crit rate reduction costs to whatever, since especially because it's so low. And well, it gives you some extra damage received buff to combine with this. But then again, if you're already reducing it like twice on this, you could have given her something else. But yeah, the gear does suck. And it does have some just general low stats. So yeah, at least the corruption and weaknesses is decent because of what these status debuffs and stats ailment is. The weakness practically just makes you do an extra hit of damage. But it's also pretty good. It's like a meta thing now, so like you need it. You need weakness nowadays. So this letter itself isn't really worth pulling at all. Like this banner here with the New Year Victoria. Well, the banner itself isn't 100% worth pulling, but the New Year Victoria over here is better, or at least I'd say is better than an ETA. Also, they have done this event differently, which is also a key part of why you should run for this ETA. Eta, like as I was saying when I saw the PP, how this Eta would be an easy skip. And yeah, that still holds up in my opinion. Because if we come here to the event quest, we can see that there's only 2 hard event quests instead of the normal 4, which is weird. I was pretty much showing and doing this, this was the only event character. Or is that supposed to be the case where this Eta is the only event character? Well, there's actually something. Yeah, here we have it here. That says the episode 8 and episode hard quest 3 and 4 will be unlocked next week. It's interesting because it's very why they have it as 2, 3 and 4 now will be unlocked next week and have 1 and 2 available now instead of keeping it the normal way. Instead of having all 4 of them and the character gets revealed next. Well, the new character gets revealed next week. The new character drops next week. So it's interesting what they do here. They reveal only 1, and then of course only do 2 hard quests, and then as you can see here, next week they'll add quest 3 and 4. Which means that next week we'll be getting another event character, despite the live stream or the video / live stream and the obvious hints from the event itself. It turns out it wasn't the dev's intention to release only 1 event character, but they're just trying out something new, I guess. And where they released 1 this week. Well, they reveal 1, the news, like the video on their YouTube channel. They reveal only 1 character, and then the week after, they drop the other character. So unless that character, I don't know. Maybe they just did that for this event in general. But who knows? It could be a general trend going forward, where they only reveal 1 of the event characters. But if it is just for this event alone, well then it would be pretty interesting why they did that. But yeah, if it is just a general trend, well then it would be worth noting that most of the time the first event character isn't gonna be worth something for unless it's like an alpha character or so, or unless the character is just really strong. Of course, selling for waifu bypasses all that reasoning, so you can just click someone if it has waifu, but she's not for me. So this one's an easy skip, like pretty easy. Just as I was saying from the passive, well, from the YouTube post I made, her buffs and debuffs are pretty low, like low stats, like only 10%. It's not so crazy. Like I guess it does make sense that these 2 add to 20, and it's not add up to 30 as well. And then when the devs consider the passes of other characters, it can lead to a ton of debuffs on the enemy itself, but then the character still ends up being pretty mid to pull for. So like yeah, combined with a full team it may look good, but then alright, well this that still isn't really worth it. And it's honestly just better to save our gems. Now this rerun banner is a different video. So yeah. I think it would just be best to easy skip both banners at the moment and wait for next week. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your Christmas and your New Year. Also, I like how the different 7 shades are on the mats beside and behind it. It sounds pretty cute. That nice detail they add. Shadow, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Epsilon, Delta, Theta, Eta, etc. So yeah, thanks for watching and see ya later.